You can say he was a legend, he was a superstar, he was a community leader. In my life, he was a supernova. I mean, he just exploded into my life and stayed there until he died.
John's spirit was joy. He just loved life. He loved all the adventure. He loved people. The law drew him because he was fundamentally someone who cared about fairness and about a just world.
John was really an inspiration in so many ways. He was respected across the country. It was principally here at the law school where he really was a supporter and a change maker.
John loved to teach. He was a born teacher. He started out as an adjunct professor when he was stationed in the Air Force at Lowry.
It didn't take us long to take notice of him because he was a splendid teacher, absolutely phenomenal. And so when he finished his military commitment, we invited him to join our faculty, which he did.
It didn't take long for him to become the most popular law professor I think they had at the time, and maybe ever.
He had a way of weaving into his teaching his earlier career as a disc jockey. They loved taking his courses because it was amusing, but he would always tie it back into the law so that they would remember things that he had taught them.
He did a rap video of contracts. Now, only John Moye would think, A, to do that, and B, pull it off, and he did both.
He was an experiential teacher before that was even a thing. He loved working with law students. That was one of his primary areas of joy. Sturm was the locus of that. It was the place where he developed his teaching curricula and his skills in addition to all the work he did with the bar prep.
When John and Jim were both in practice, they were very good friends and decided to form a bar refresher course. And it was so successful that they did a roadshow. They went nationwide, and using John's vernacular, it was a platinum. At some point, he decided that he wanted to try his hand at practice of law.
He founded one of the major law firms in Denver, Moye White, which remains one of the most significant legal establishments in town.
The practice was for the clients, but Sturm was for the future of the law. And then Isles picked up and built on that because then he could really have a place where he could focus the energies that he had for change. When it came time to think about starting Isles, Dan Ritchie connected John and me. We put it together on a cocktail napkin. Isles opened its door in 2006. Isles is the Institute for the Advancement of the American Legal System at the University of Denver.
I was here at the dedication when they named the building after him. And I know it was a grand day for all of us.
John was on the executive committee. He was on the advisory board. He was my go-to person whenever I had an issue or a problem.
For D Law Stars, he was asked to do the narration for all of the video clips that we did of the people that were being recognized. And he became rather infamous for that. He really could have been a stand-up comedian.
John was able to roast prominent, wonderful people in a way that made everybody laugh, and that even the person being roasted had to smile and feel honored to be roasted in that way. Nobody could replace him. I mean, nobody else could do what he did and do it with such skill and such perfection, really.
His legacy goes all the way from the micro to the macro. The micro is the legacy in each student whom he taught over the years, a love of the law and a fascination with the law that many of them will tie right back to John, to the macro, which is Isles, and which is the investment in the future of what the legal system should be, can be, its importance to our way of government, to our way of life. It was an amazing partnership for which I am forever grateful.
It's a loss for this law school, it's a loss for the community, it's a loss for his family, but it's not a loss that will be ever forgotten.